Hello lovelies, happy new moon. It may have taken all day, but I'm gonna pull some cards for the new moon, which is in Leo. The sun is also in Leo. Hang on, I'm gonna have to take my buds out a little bit. I can't hear properly. Let me just move them slightly. Is that better? We're gonna do it by candlelight because it's nearly dark. That's a little bit better. There we go. So I've done mine and I feel focused enough to do one for the collective. So, messages from the fairies for the collective on this new moon in Leo. It's a new moon in Leo, sun in Leo. A lot of fiery energy out there. But what have we got? What messages, opportunities, insights do we have? What's for the messages for the collective? We've got the Fool again. We had the Fool the other day, so this is, I mean, it's perfect for the new moon, because I was just reading before I jumped on that I think in some religion they see the new moon as the start of the month. So we've got the Fool, so it's a leap of faith, jumping in. And the Fool has, in the normal tarot, the Fool has all this knowledge that he's carried with him about to make this new start, going on it. Something has closed out. In order for it to get to the Fool, which is number 0, it means you've got to have gone through some kind of cycle, and we're being offered a brand new start here. And it's a leap of faith as well. It's about having the courage to take a step forward and jump into something without actually knowing the outcome. Upside down, it's fools rushing where angels fear to tread, but the right way up is a brand new beginning. Something has closed out, something's about to start. Let's have a look. Hope we're all doing well. Right, so the Fool. What else can we have with the Fool? What have we got? Messages from the fairies on this new moon in Leo. We have the Fool. I always see the Fool, it's like ground zero. It's that. So these came out the other day as well. We've got protection. So whatever it is that we're about to take a leap of faith on is divinely protected. Let's have a look. If it might just be repeating itself. No, we've got inspiration. Get my glasses on. So, be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. So something has come, something has inspired us to take this leap of faith in a direction through inspiration. There's been a lot of for me personally, I've had a lot of creative energy, just want to make. And then we have look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answers in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. That's quite, I mean, sometimes you can just through the pages and then let it open itself You can look through a book, flick through the pages and just let it fall open on a page, and you'll be surprised at it's the first thing that you look at, you glance at, and sometimes has the answer for you. So answers in a book. Then we're going to the healing fairies. I don't know where to take them out or put them back in. I don't know what's better. I feel more focused with them in, but I feel like I'm shouting. Right, so the Fool. Let's just give those a bit of a shuffle. Inspiration in a book, or possibly writing a book, but whatever it is, it's divinely protected. I love the fact that came out, the Fool came out on the new moon. Hydrate, and we have progress, so this is moving forward. Now I love the fact that there's a lot of green in the progress. This is progress moving forward, and the Fool is in green as well, so there's been some healing around the heart chakra that has actually closed something out in order for us to have this brand new beginning, take this new journey. And we've been inspired. We may have turned to books, but it's hydrate. Now she's sticking her finger in the water, and obviously it is drink more water, but when it's about hydrating what it is that we love, hydrating ourselves, and not just hydrating in it's like you can't not water your plants for a day or two in the summer because they'll dry out. And it's the same with everything that hydrates us. We have to keep pouring water into it. She's poking her finger into the water as well, so it's almost like testing the waters, dipping your toe in. We're going to go a bit deeper on that. Look in a book and inspiration. So like I said, with look in a book, you can just, whatever this is we are protected. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. And then bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. So there's a wish fulfillment coming in. But like I've said before, the Nine of Cups, when it's a wish fulfillment, it could be, my Nine of Cups will be different to yours. And it's about hydrating these Nine of Cups. Keep looking through your wish fulfillment and seeing, you know, what it is this cup fulfilling me? If it's not, it needs changing, but we're going to go a bit deeper on those. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, inspiration, and look in a book. And like I said, look in a book. You can actually just open up a book, let it fall on a page, and just see what it says. We can always look in a book for inspiration or for answers. So, a little bit more on the Fool. Three of Swords. There could have been some heartbreak that fell out over this side. So I'm seeing it as it's passed. There was some possible heartbreak. And when we go through any kind of heartbreak, through the grieving period, a broken heart is an open heart. So there is when our hearts break, when we're heartbroken, it's almost like we're cracked open. And then it was followed with the Chariot. Now during this heartbreak, you have to make decisions. It's like this, the Chariot represents harnessing the darkness and the light and moving forward in whatever direction you choose. But it looks or feels like this heartbreak has triggered that I'm going to harness whatever it is that came out during this heartbreak to move forward, to take control. And those, they fell out on that side, which I'm feeling is like that's what has closed out, possibly to bring us round to the full. Any more on inspiration looking book? That fell out on the full. So Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is, it's almost like protecting yourself. It's a little bit of the wounded warrior, but it's just there's too much going on. He's kind of looking at his dragon as if to say, can he do another flight? I'm not sure. The Nine of Wands also is a reminder of not to project our old stories onto new situations. We've got to understand what's ours and what isn't. It's about being aware of possible past traumas, and Nine of Wands can be very defensive as well, so it's a little bit of a reminder not to project onto past traumas onto new situations. It fell out on the full, so I'm going to take it as that is a little reminder, just to make sure that we don't project old stories onto something new that's wanting to come in. Something fell then. King of Cups. So the King of Cups is divine masculine in his heart space. Every move he makes is from the heart. He doesn't do any. He's very much heart over head, but he can be a little bit. Doesn't speak out as much as what the Queen of Cups is. Creative. She expresses herself. That's why he's got his hand on his face, because he's just almost like poker facing the situation. So this could either be a King of Cups, or it's asking us to get into the energy, the divine masculine energy of the King of Cups, and just keep a little bit to ourselves in the heart space, still moving through from the heart space, but just to be a little bit reserved and be a bit more doing. And that fell out with the Four of Swords. So again, the Nine of Wands and the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords is a time of healing. It's a time of resting, and that's possibly why the Nine of Wands came out, is because until we've actually healed from whatever it is that caused heartbreak or whatever, we don't want to project onto this new phase that we're being offered. And maybe that's why it says looking a book. It might be helpful to do some study or do some healing or something. Find inspiration. I mean, the King of Cups, he'll probably write about his stuff. So yeah, there's definitely a healing period going on at the moment. As you can see, they're both asleep. They're both looking after each other. This is what we've got to do. And hydrate, again, hydrate, like I said, is about hydrating all parts. That is a form of healing. Making sure that everything's hydrated. Anything else for the full? It does feel very, very significant, this new moon. So we've got the Knave of Pentacles. This is the beginning of, and the Knave of Pentacles normally represents something that we can use in the 3D, as in monetary, but it's something that's just been birthed. She's like it's a childlike energy. I've just found this fruit. I'm just going to eat it. There's could be the inspiration that's come about. She's, she's got that look of inspiration about her, but it's baby steps. It's the beginning of, and this could come because of doing the healing work. Any more on the Fool? Hydrate, look in the book. King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is about falling in love, but it doesn't necessarily represent, I mean, it can represent romance, falling in love, but it's a brand new cup, and it's about filling our own cup first. So it could be, like I say, this inspiration that's come through that makes you fall in love with something. And when we talk about the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillments, like I said, it's one of those Nine of Cups. I fill my own cup first. I do what makes me happy. Getting inspired about something which fills your cup, and then because you're in this energy of in love with, it radiates out, or it can be new love. But with these cards, with the energy, I always go with the energy first, and then it comes out in the 3D. We have to do the work on the inside first. Falling in love with something. I'll tell you a little story. I've started taking vitamins, and I really like the smell of my armpits now. And I was like, oh my God, that means someone else has got to actually like that smell as well. That's what I mean about, like, so the Seven of Cups. Now the Seven of Cups is having lots and lots of options. And what she's doing is she's looking in each cup to see whether it suits her. So it's like, right, I've got 7 cups in front of me. I'm going to pick up each one, have a little sip. But it's having lots and lots of options coming in. Or you may have had lots of options. See what it fell out with. The Priest. So this is about, it feels like this is about discernment and possibly look in a book. This is about, it's a spiritual, these options are going to come forward that are going to be weighed up against maybe your spirituality, maybe what's in alignment with me, what isn't in alignment with me. That's what it feels like. It feels like a little bit of a test, but it could also be options to use whatever it is that you've learned. I always feel like he's sitting on some books. It's a very it's almost like a little bit of gateway energy. What have you learned? What are you going to take forward? You know, he's got his mask on, but he can see, but he's like the teacher. So there could be a lesson here in that lots of options are going to come forward, and it's down to us to learn how to use our discernment, and we could find the answers that we're looking for in books, different types of books. But yeah, options coming in. Let's keep going. And that's the beauty of the Fool card and the zero and the beginning, especially after closing something out, is that we're open to receiving new options, new pathways, new people. You have to let go of the old to make space, even if that's the old version of you, of us. The Eight of Wands is action, fast action, moving forward. So again, with the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Wands, it feels like it's going to be coming in quite quick. And obviously with the new moon and the sun in Leo, things do tend to speed up a bit. But this is expansion. Could be expansion in business, or it could be expansion of the mind. It could be expansion in seeing things differently, but it's fast action, movement forward. And number 8, which we're in a 8 year. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom. I'm trying to think what ones to go for next. So I'll have a look at the Druid craft and see if there's anything in there. Or I mean, yeah, it feels like this is just showing everything, or over that side anyway, what has led up to this ground zero, I call it, closing out. 2 of Wands, so yeah, a gateway. This is when you've done the work, you've got skills, multiple skills, but you've mastered 2 wands, you've got them both in your hand, and it then actually creates a gateway for more stuff to come in. This could actually be a gateway. Obviously we've got the Lion's Gate coming up, so you could see some really huge timeline jumps, especially if you've done the work and you've got to the Fool card, which is the clearing out 0 point. Then there's a gateway. Let's have a look what's on my arm. And the Knave of Swords, again, this is a brand new idea, but it's free falling, it's jumping in. She's not bothered about where she's going to land or how she's going to land. This is complete and utter surrender. Surrendering to, it's very much got Fool energy with it. Surrendering to, I let go of my need to know. I let go of my need to control outcomes, because I'm going to land on my feet no matter what. And then we've got, with that, the Knave of Swords, we've got the Queen of Swords. So again, this would have taken a lot of discernment, a lot of boundary setting, a lot of saying no. It's either asking us to do this, or it's what we have done. So these as a couple, if we were going to put them together, would be masculine. I do move forward physically in the 3D from my heart space, but I tend to keep things, you know, I'm just observant, but everything I do is from my heart space. And the Queen of Swords is, these are my boundaries, don't cross them, no means no. You know, quite a power couple together. Energetically, if we're looking at it from an inside, energetically, these two would get the job done without being too over emotional about it. The Queen of Swords doesn't take responsibility for other people's reactions. when she speaks. She knows she's not responsible for other people's reactions. So 8 of Wands coming in, 7 of Cups, lots of options. It's asking us to see it from a spiritual, and then the Queen of Wands on top of the Queen of Wands, on top of the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, is fiery, business-like. She knows exactly what she wants. Very alluring. She's got this magnetism about her. But again, she gets the job done, and she hasn't got a problem going into the dark and doing her shadow work. That's why she's the Queen of Wands, because she goes inward. She does the work inwardly and then comes out with another wand. She's mastered the art of healing, self-healing. Queen of Wands. So bottom of the deck, we've got the 3 of Cups. Now this is bringing people together. This is collective energy. It could be someone coming back from the past, but this is finding your tribe. Not everybody's going to, they're not all the same, but they've all got a different quality about them. So one of them's in blue, purple, one of them's in blue, and one of them's in pink. All different qualities. One of them could be good, you know, empathically. One could be good speaking. One could be good, you know, with insight. It's not necessarily women. It could be just a collective coming together. Right, I'm going to move on to, I'm going to have a quick look at the Druid craft, just to see if anything else comes out. Oh, I kind of like this candle feel. If it just repeats itself, I'll move on to the fairies, the labyrinth fairies. But there's definitely, I mean, Christ knows, yeah, Queen of Swords. Again, like I said, she knows where she's going because her chair is pointing in that direction. So I'm going this way. I've got my sword. I'm quite prepared to cut out or, you know, I'm authentic in what I say, and I'm quite prepared to cut anyone out, you know, because these are my boundaries. So that's just kind of repeating what has already gone. Let's see if we get anything else. But I mean, the Queen of Swords would have been needed to get round to this full point anyway. That was the 8 of Swords. That's a feeling. There he is. So he's got his companion, the dog, and it's a brand new venture, but he's just going to, you know, everything that he's learned is in that sack behind him, and he's just going to take this leap of faith, knowing that he is protected. It's a brand new cycle, a brand new start. Like I say, if they just repeat, then I'll move on. King of Cups again. So it's either a King of Cups, but if it is a King of Cups, he won't necessarily say what he's thinking. He's just observing, but he does move in his heart space. And the 3 of Swords as well. So again, this has, you know, it's just confirming what's already come out. Sorry about that. Falling in love with something about you that, you know, is uniquely your own. Four of Wands, so this is the card of the home, card of the hearth. This is foundational work, security. It could be a new home is on the cards, but it does represent a solid foundation, which, having moved many times, is something that we actually carry within us. And it can also represent union as well. That didn't come out with the others. But yeah, solid, secure foundations. And they may have needed to have been built on, you know, doing all this inner work, going in, doing the shadow work, doing the boundaries, learning how to say no, to create solid foundations for moving forward. Now this is like temperance, so this is past, present, future, all moving in line with each other, as you can see. Well, I don't know what's happened. Oh no, that isn't, that is part of the card. So she's pouring the water so that it's just temperance is past, present, future, being in the flow of. And then we have the Queen of Cups again at the bottom. So this may have taken really listening to your dreams, really listening to your instincts, and making all decisions from a heart-centered space. I'm going to get the labyrinth fairies out. But again, you know, she's got her cup open to receiving moon energy. Where are they? I do love these fellas. Okay. So I want to get rid of that one because it's blank, and I think you're supposed to draw your own fairy on it. So lots of opportunities. But definitely a spiritual lesson. I feel that's what's coming across in looking at the book. What is that? She of the Fiery Sword, and it's a number 4 as well. She of the Fiery Sword. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. Let's have a quick look. Is it she? It's a number 4 anyway, so we've got 2 4s, which is 8. He of the Fiery Sword, sorry, the active principle, spiritual will, justice and protection. The presence of the Fiery Sword's master in a reading can indicate that there is, or there is need for, clear and focused will and determination to carry through on decisions, even if much effort is required. Or he can tell us that such will and strength is present in regard to the issues under consideration. We need to consider how he is expressing his will and strength, and how that expression may be enhanced or improved. It is the singer's energy that enables us to burst the bonds of an outgrown way of being and move on to the next level. He indicates that this is a time to take action based on clear spiritual will. His presence indicates great strength and great potential for good. It also reminds us that if we call upon him, we will receive assistance. The presence of this card in a reading radiates strength and willpower to all cards around it. Beautiful. Let's keep going. I did say this felt very spiritual. Spiritual will and strength are needed. this leap of faith, you've got to have 100% trust that you're divinely protected and that the universe, source, whatever your higher self, whatever you believe in, you know, we are always where we're meant to be, even if it, you know, doesn't feel like it at the time. A collective of pixies. This is very apt, I feel. A collective of pixies. Here they are. Duty, willingness, joyful participation and virtue. What is needed here is not only an awareness of duty but a merry approach to it. The job has to be done, so one might as well do it willingly. Progress through this dance maze step by step, lithely lightly. Take joy and pride in achievement. Approach the work with zeal, zest and zing, and perhaps even a little zaniness. Otherwise you might as well not bother. There is something about this light-hearted approach to your duty that is important at this time in order to achieve the results you want. Additionally, consider the words collective and cooperative as you make your plans. The situation may take more than one person, perhaps several, working together to achieve the desired results. Joining forces with others is appropriate at this time. Seek the cooperation of friends, family, co-workers and fairies as appropriate. I think that's very appropriate at the minute. Right, let's get one more. Did we get one? Oh. Lady of the Harvest. So what have we got here? The topsy-turvies. Now this is about putting things back in order. This is about collective. It's about mess. But it's not, it's energetic mess that we get entangled up in. And it's asking us to unweave that tangle or move away. I mean, the topsy-turvets, you can kind of guess if this is collective, what that's about. It's just asking us to untangle ourselves from stuff that might be not ours. 49. Ickle. I have to read, I can't read what they've actually put on the cards for some reason. Maybe it's my eyesight, maybe it's their writing. Mickle muckle. Everyday blessings, play and mixed blessings. Lighten up. What's needed here is the benefit of a childlike, trusting heart and childlike wisdom, seeing directly into the true nature of things. Don't complicate matters. What you see is what you get. Don't look for hidden or subtle meanings and motivations because there are not there in this case. Go to the heart of the matter, the simple core hidden behind complexities. Don't be so caught up thinking about the future that you can't see what is happening now. Welcome adventure into your life. Try something you've never done before and take some time to play with Mickle before he turns into a grumpy glumph or a worn-out wurg. And then we have Lasse, the moon's daughter. Well, that's quite apt for today. 38. Here we go. Can you see? Light cast in shadows, spiritual guidance, illumination and riddles. You may be finding apparently random events and ideas are falling into a pattern and beginning to make sense. Things may be flowing more easily than you are accustomed to, and your decisions and choices may be bringing an unusually high degree of success. Psychic abilities, hunches, intuitions and foreknowings are becoming clearer and making more sense. Trust the process. Lasso also brings psychic dreams, forelighting the future and illuminating the present. These dreams often speak in symbols, as fairies are wont to do. So that's intuition, but it's just because she's got the moon on there, and a collection of pixies. Bottom of the deck we have the Lady of the Harvest, number 18. There she is. It's time to accept change, to move on to the next phase. Power and strength in the present and future come from releasing the past. This is a time of liberation, and we might as well cooperate with it. It will happen whether we want it to or not. Release and liberation may be painful or joyful, depending on the circumstances. Cry if you need to, be joyful if this is appropriate, but in either case, trust the process, acknowledge what you feel, and prepare to move on. I think that's an absolutely beautiful card to finish with the Fool being the collective message from the fairies, brand new beginnings. I'll close with a rose, like I usually do. I'll put some tags on this at the end. Oh, that was quick. Healing is happening. You're not broken. Trust the process. It's safe to soften. That's so lovely. I love you lots.